Mr. Jones.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Councilmember Williams, for your comments. I agree wholeheartedly. And also with Andy's article this morning, when I was reading it, it felt like it was coming straight from my brain. It was eerie. I think the task force did a great job of balancing, on the one hand, creating opportunities for new voices, and on the other hand, ensuring stability. Term limits are necessary because the forces of incumbency are so strong. And I know it's often said, it was just said here tonight, that elections are term limits, but they're not. They are literally not. And that turn of phrase fails to grapple with the very real power of incumbency, which includes name recognition, practically default endorsements from powerful organizations who are unwilling to cross incumbents, the ability to fundraise, including from those same organizations who will never cross an incumbent and write them big checks over and over again. I think it was also mentioned tonight that 90% of incumbents nationwide are re-elected, and that holds true here in the city. So having term limits and requiring a break means there will be more open races where those forces of incumbency are not in play. And again, I think it's important to remind ourselves that never in our city's history have women held more than 2 seats on the council at any one time, which is crazy for this day and age. We should be at gender parity now. It's 2024. So while we should applaud and be proud of the racial diversity of the council, we can't use it as or the ways that we are diverse, we shouldn't use it as a shield or hide behind it or to prevent us from achieving diversity in other ways. Nor should we use it as an excuse to not even try to make the council more representative of our residents. Regarding the value of having council members with more experience, I agree, that's certainly important, but that's only part of the equation. I think we also have to remember that we are a city manager council form of government, and that the true institutional knowledge, experience, and subject matter expertise comes from our full-time professional staff. The example of Mayor Bogard came up in our past discussion of this issue as an argument against term limits, and on the surface I see the point, but the more I think about it, I think it actually proves the opposite. If Mayor Bogard was such a singular and unique example of strong leadership, 1 in a million, and we were so lucky to have him in office for all those years, then why are we creating policy based on an exception? Why are we bestowing all office holders the indefinite power of incumbency based on the exceptional leadership of one person? And I think it's safe to say that we are not all as exceptional leaders as Mayor Bogard. But unfortunately, that means that less talented or capable office holders will have the strong forces of incumbency working in their favor to keep them in office, potentially blocking more capable leaders, like another Mayor Bogard, from ever having the chance to step up and lead. So while experience matters, it can't be our only consideration. We should really strive to bring in new voices and perspectives and fresh ideas. Thankfully, this isn't a zero-sum game. We're not just deciding on the one hand between experience and then on the other hand, fresh perspectives and better representation. We can promote both and strike a balance between the two, which is exactly what the task force has done. So in short, I support the task force's recommendation and I urge the council to adopt it.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Lyon,